Hello everyone, today we're going to cover the vocabulary of Unit 5 of the book Skillful 2, 3rd edition. Let's begin. Turn to page 86. Admit. Admit. Admit means you accept the truth. You agree unwillingly that something is true or that someone else is right. You can refuse to admit something. You can be forced to admit something, or somebody has to admit something. You can freely admit something, or openly admit it, or frankly admit it. Let's read some of the examples. Okay, so maybe I was a little bit scared, Jenny admitted. You may not like her, but you have to admit that she's good at her job. You can read the rest of the examples by yourself. Let's continue. Apply. Apply. Apply means you request or you make a formal request, usually written or for something such as a job, a place at a university, or permission to do something. You can apply for something or you can apply to a place. For example, you apply for a job, you apply for planning permission, but you apply to 4 universities. Effort. Effort. Effort means attempt. An attempt to do something, especially when this involves a lot of hard work or determination. You can say effort at, through somebody's efforts, or despite somebody's efforts, or somebody's efforts to do something. Let's read some of the examples. Please make an effort to be polite. Tom's efforts to stop smoking haven't been very successful. Or church leaders are prepared to meet the terrorists in an effort to find peace. You can read the rest by yourself. Load. Load. Load means the amount of work that a person or machine has to do. You can talk about a light load or heavy load or workload. You can spread the load. Reward. Reward. Reward means something that you get because you have done something good or helpful or have worked hard. Reward is the same as prize or benefit. Reward for doing something. Parents often give their children rewards for passing exams. You can get your reward or receive your reward, reap your rewards, bring rewards, deserve a reward. Situation. Situation means a combination of all things that are happening and all the conditions that exist at a particular time in a particular place. You can say in a situation, in a difficult situation, in a good situation, in a bad situation. The verbs that you can use with it are as follows. You can say create a situation, assess a situation, review a situation, monitor a situation, or deal with a situation. Surprised. Surprised means having a feeling of surprise. You can be surprised at, or you can be surprised by something. For example, we were greatly surprised at the news. You can be surprised to see someone or something. You can be surprised to hear something, or you can be surprised to learn something. Though, though. Though is the same as although, and it is used to introduce a statement that makes the main statement coming after it seem surprising, unlikely, or unexpected. In another way, you can say though is the same as but, because it introduces a contrast. Example, though old, though tired, or you can say old though it is, or tired though he was. Page 90. According to. According to means as shown by something or stated by someone. You can say according to the police, according to a recent public opinion poll, but you cannot say according to me. You cannot say according to my opinion or point of view. That's wrong. We say in my opinion, but you can say according to my teacher, according to the doctor, according to Sarah, according to the weather report, according to my friend. But you cannot say according to me. That's wrong. Graduate. Graduate means to obtain a degree, especially a first degree from a college or university. You can graduate from, you can graduate in. So you can graduate from a university, like Kate graduated from medical school last year. You can graduate in a field of study. You can say he graduated in physics. Career. Career means job or profession. Career in something. Have a career in journalism or a teaching career or an acting career. You can talk about career development, career advancement, career progression. So career means job or profession. Minimum wage. Minimum wage is the lowest amount of money that an employer can legally pay to a worker. Example, many workers earn the minimum wage at their jobs. Disagree. Disagree is the opposite of agree, and it means to have or express a different opinion from someone else. You can disagree with someone, you can disagree about something, you can disagree on something, you can disagree over something. Attempt. Attempt means you try to do something, especially something difficult. Attempt to do something. Attempt something. Example, in this chapter, I will attempt to explain what led up to the revolution. Weather conditions prevented them from attempting the jump. Society. Society means people in general, considered in relation to the laws, organizations, etc., that make it possible for them to live together. You can talk about the effects of something on the society, or you can talk about members of society. Page 94. Here we have a number of prefixes. What is a prefix? A prefix is a group of letters added to the beginning of a word to change its meaning. For example, adding un to the word happy makes it unhappy, meaning not happy. The prefix this means opposite, apart, or not. Example, disagree means not agree. Disappear means not visible or cease to be visible. Disconnect means to separate or detach, means not connect. In means not or into. Incomplete means not complete. Incapable, not able or not capable. Im again means not or into, and we use it before words beginning with M or P, like impossible, immature, imbalance. Means again or back. Redo means do it again. Rewrite means write again. Return means come or go back. Over means too much or above. Overcook means to cook too much. Overestimate means to estimate too highly. Oversee means watch over or supervise. Page 95. Define. Define means to explain exactly the meaning of a particular word or idea. Noun form of it is definition. You can define something as something else. A budget is defined as a plan of action expressed in money terms. Or define precisely what you mean by crime. Adequate. Adequate means fairly good, but not excellent. Satisfactory. Her performance was adequate, but lacked originality. The food at the restaurant was adequate, but not amazing. Effect. Effect is a verb, and it means to do something that produces an effect or change in something or in someone's situation. Example, a disease that affects the central nervous system, or decisions which affect our lives. You say that something affects another thing, like smoking affects your health, but you can say have an effect on. Smoking has a bad effect on your health. Author. Author means writer. Author of a book. He was the author of 2 books on China. Compliment. Compliment means when someone or something that emphasizes the good qualities of another person or thing. So you can give a compliment to someone. Or here I have this wine would be a nice compliment to grilled dishes. So addition. The number or quantity needed to make a group complete. Complement of. Each new cell will carry its full complement of these chromosomes. The pictures were a great complement to the talk, making it easier to understand. So complement here means something that completes or is a good addition to something else. A life of its own. If something has a life of its own, it seems to move or work by itself. Once the project started, it took a life of its own and became very popular. The story seemed to have a life of its own as it spread quickly through the town. Illustrate. Illustrate means to make the meaning of something clearer by giving examples. Let me give an example to illustrate the point. She illustrated her discussion with diagrams. The teacher used a chart to illustrate the concept clearly. In your own right. In your own right is used to say that you have something or achieve something on your own without depending on other people. She's a wealthy woman in her own right. She's a talented artist in her own right, not just because of her famous family. The book is a classic in its own right, having won several awards. In the driving seat, or in the driver's seat. It means controlling what happens in a situation, organization, or relationship. We're trying to put young people in the driving seat. She's in the driving seat now, now that she's the project manager, meaning she's in control of the project. Invest. Invest means to use a lot of time, effort, etc., or spend money in order to make something succeed. Invest something in. So you can invest in. They decided to invest money in a new business. She chose to invest time in learning new skills. Medical. Medical means relating to medicine and the treatment of disease or injury. Medical research, medical staff, medical student. Option. Option means choice, a choice you can make in a particular situation. You can have options. He had 2 options. You can talk about a range of options for something. Or one option is to do something. Another option is to option of doing something, have the option of doing something, or have no option but to do something. Tense means feeling worried, uncomfortable, and unable to relax. Tense is the opposite of relaxed. She felt tense before her big presentation. He was tense about the upcoming exam. Page 103. Cognitive fatigue. Cognitive fatigue is the tiredness you feel in your brain after a lot of thinking or mental work. And it can make it hard to focus or think clearly. One example. After studying for hours, he felt cognitive fatigue and couldn't concentrate. Conscious reasoning. Conscious reasoning refers to the process of thinking carefully and deliberately about something. It involves using your awareness and logical thinking to make decisions or solve problems. In other words, it is when you actively and intentionally think things through rather than relying on automatic or instinctive responses. One example again. Conscious reasoning helps her make a well thought out decision. He used conscious reasoning to solve the problem step by step. Unconscious parsing of speech refers to the automatic and instinctive way our brain breaks down and understands spoken language without just actively thinking about it. It is the process of instantly recognizing and interpreting words and sentences as we hear them, without needing to focus on the details. Examples: unconscious parsing of speech helps us understand conversations without thinking about each word. We rely on unconscious parsing of speech to quickly grasp what someone is saying. This is the end of this video. Thank you for listening. Keep learning. See you next time. Bye-bye.